Okay, we are live. A bit 3 minutes delayed, but still, our program is supposed to start at 9:05. So we are 2 minutes ahead before we go live. Okay, we are live. A bit. Okay, that's to put the other side of the chat. Okay, so we will wait for the viewers to come. We are at 9:04. Please come and join us. See, a lot of us are talking about the problem. Not many people are talking about the solution. Solution which is more than what you have been hearing so far. So let's look at the other side of what you have been. Okay, Vanitha, vanakkam. Share பண்ணுங்க, wall share பண்ணுங்க. முக்கியமான டாபிக் இன்னைக்கு. நம்ம டாபிக் எல்லாமே
I can join in.
Huh?
Am I allowed to join in this time?
Oh, I will copy it. I will you can join now. You can copy on my wall. You can copy and paste it on your wall.
Oh yes sir.
You go. Oh, for your handphone ஒண்ணு தொடாதீங்க. நான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு டேக் பண்றேன். I will tag to you.
Okay.
திடீர்னு என்ன ஜாயர போகுது அப்புறம் பிரச்சனை.
அதான் வேணாம்.
Okay, I will try to tag to you. Okay, text to you. Okay, so we are waiting. Mohana Veeran. Hi, Mohana Veeran. Vanakkam. Indru, you see, this is something that I think nobody, not that I know of. Premi, Vanakkam, Namaskaram. Nobody has been talking about this. We are going to talk about something nobody has, as far as I know, especially in the social media platform, nobody has spoken about this. Let's hear what is the other side of what we have not been hearing. Let's hear the controversial things that we have not been hearing. Muthulachimi, Palniandi, vanakkam. Please share. Say something. Please share. Today, we are looking at the other side of the pandemic. Okay? We only talk about the numbers. But vanakkam. Okay, vanakkam. Okay, முதல்ல நான் என்ன செய்யணும்னா நான் வந்து can you tag Nisan Jaydevan? How do I do this? Share. Share. Search. Yes. Send, no? Okay, done. Okay, good. So I've shared on your wall, so you should be able to see this. So we are 9:06. We suppose 9:05. Rajeshwari Rasendram, vanakkam. Sumati Rajeshwaram, vanakkam. Devendran, vanakkam. Okay, let's start. Although only 10 of you here, I'm sure the numbers will come, but we will start. 11 of you. Okay. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க, நாதன் தான் வாழ்க, இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க. ஹரியோம், ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணா, ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ ராம், ஜெய் சக்தி, நமஸ்காரம், நமஸ்தே, நமஸ்கார், வணக்கம், salam from Malaysia, and a great evening to all. Welcome to a special episode of Think Live with YouTube, because Think Live with YouTube is only on Sunday 5:05. Today is a special episode. Why? Why? Because I have with me this gentleman, Jay David, who was putting up a couple of interesting articles in social media. I think you put so many things. Okay, let's come and talk. He's a healer, managing director of Samkhya Healthcare Group, a natural healer. His tagline, a natural healer committed to the globalization of AI. பத்தி தான் கேட்டிருப்பீங்க. AI பத்தி கேட்றீங்களா? இன்னைக்கு நீங்க கேட்க போறீங்க ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் ஆயுர்வேதா and an aspiring movie maker. இன்னைய படமாக கூப்பிடல, படம் நடிகை கூப்பிடல, படம் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. Okay, today's topic, transforming a failed global healthcare system. Enough of me talking. Dendi vanakkam, Mona Kumari vanakkam. Okay sir, what have I not said about you before we go into the topic? Over to you.
என்னை பத்தி எனக்கு பேச ரொம்ப பிடிக்காது.
ஓகே,
இன்னைக்கு முக்கியமா மக்களும் நம்ம பிரச்சனை பத்தி பேசுவோம்.
ஓகே,
பிரச்சனை வந்து வந்து இப்ப வேர்ல்ட் வந்து பாலஸ்டைன் மாதிரி ஆயிருச்சு. வவாசான் டோப்லோ நான் இது நினைச்சு பார்க்கல that we will be in this situation. Global lockdown, everyone afraid, everyone full of fear,
right?
You know, the consciousness, because allama ஆத்மா பத்தி மறந்துட்டாங்க.
Okay.
allama உலகம் பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
Okay.
But I think you are very clear that we are body, mind and spirit.
Okay. Oh, அதையும் பிடிச்சிட்டீங்களா நான் பேசுறத? Okay, right.
Okay, and I know you are very connected to your higher self,
Okay.
which is what is required for humanity at the moment. I don't want to go too much into science because science keeps changing.
Okay.
In the name of science கண்டதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
சரி.
என்னால ஏத்துக்க முடியாது. So நம்ம spiritual science பத்தி இன்னைக்கு கூட பேசுவோம் சார்.
Okay.
Okay, spiritual science is eternal. Okay, it doesn't change. You know, so I am very interested to talk about natural immunity.
Okay.
Nobody is talking about natural immunity.
Okay.
I am
keyword,
very...
those of you are watching, listen. Those of you are watching, listen to this keyword. It is called natural immunity. இதான் நம்ம வந்து ரொம்ப பேரு இத மறந்துட்டோம். Important, yeah? Because the key to COVID protection is immunity. If I'm not a doctor, but I guess that is the most relevant thing or the most important one. Correct? சொல்லுங்க.
Those are wise words. I have to say, it doesn't matter whether you are a doctor or not. Every individual is entitled to their opinion, and that's a wise opinion, which was, I think, shared by the mass for a long time. ஆனா இப்ப எனக்கும் புரியல, யாரும் நேச்சுரல் இம்யூனிட்டி, நம்ம பரம்பரை வைத்தியம், நேச்சுரல் ஹெல்த் கேர் பத்தி பேசுறது இல்ல. Everyone is focusing on vaccine immunity, which I am not against it, but I am very fearful of it.
Okay. அப்ப உங்கள முதல் கேள்வி என்னன்னா, நீங்க ஊசி போட்டீங்களா, வேக்சினை போட்டீங்களா?
நான் வந்து நிச்சயமா போட மாட்டேன்.
ஓகே,
அதுதான் உண்மை. எனக்கு வந்து கோவிட் மேல பயம் இல்ல, எனக்கு வேக்சின் மேலதான் எனக்கு பயம். நம்பிக்கை இல்ல. சோ நம்பிக்கை இல்லனா இப்படி போறது உடம்புக்கு முடியுமா? ஏன்
அந்த நம்பிக்கை இல்ல? ஓகே, லெட்ஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் வித் தட். லெட்ஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் வித் தட். ஏன் வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த வேக்சின் மேல நம்பிக்கை இல்ல?
ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஃபார்மோஸ்ட் நம்ம ஒரிஜின் பத்தி பேசணும். உண்மையிலேயே நம்பிக்கை இருக்க இல்லையான்னு வரமனால ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் தி ஒரிஜின் பத்தி நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். Okay, a very important question which I think a lot of people are not dwelling much into is the origin of the virus. This past 1.5 years, 2 years, to be honest, I've been obsessed. I'm in healthcare. Okay, I meet clients all the time, and we luckily in Malaysia we come under essential services. You know, we run the Ayurvedic center, and you know, we meet many clients. You know, do pre-COVID, post-COVID. You know, now post-vaccination, and I am a bit exposed to the truth of the situation. You know, on the ground, as well as what is happening, you know, in media, what is happening, you know, on the advice by the powers that be, you know. And to be honest, I'm a spiritualist, if I can call it that. I don't spend my time worrying about that, because first and foremost, சாவர பத்தி நம்ம கவலைப்பட கூடாது. ஆமாவா இல்லையா சார்? கவலைப்படணுமா?
ஓகே, அது வந்து வந்த நேரத்துல வந்துரும். ஓகே, அது
ஆமா, மூச்சை இப்ப நிப்பாட்டு போகுதுன்னு அது வந்து நம்ம வந்து பிளான் பண்ண முடியாது. இப்ப நம்ம இந்த உலகத்துக்கு வந்தோமோ போறோமோ அது வந்து நம்ம முடிவு இல்ல,
நம்ம மேல கிடையாது. It's not in our hands.
We have to be in the present moment. I am a believer of the present moment. You know, I am a believer of living fearlessly. அதுதான் அப்பா அம்மா கத்து கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. You know, வீட்டுல இருந்துகிட்டு ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகாம வேலைக்கு போகாம, you know, இதெல்லாம் வந்து சஸ்டைனபிள் இல்ல. 14 நாள்னா
பட் அது அது உண்மைதான். பட் நம்ம வந்து ஒரு கேரியர் ஆயிரும்ல, இப்ப நம்ம ஒரு ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் இல்லைன்னா நம்ம ஒரு கேரியர் ஆயிரும், நம்ம வந்து மத்தவங்களுக்கு அஃபெக்ட் பண்றோமா இல்லையா? அதுக்கு எப்படி, அதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க? உங்களோட பதில்
first,
என்ன?
you see, my point is, I am a traditional and complementary medicinal entrepreneur slash practitioner,
சரி
and I've been in this industry since 2004. I
சரி.
took over my father. It's hereditary.
Okay.
And we have our own belief system. We don't believe in popping Panadol or antibiotics every time we don't feel well. We let nature takes its course. எங்க அம்மா நம்ம நல்லா சீக்கா இருந்தா what we do, we stay at home, we rest, we drink some rasam, eat be vegetarian a few days,
Okay.
and then with a bit of love and tender loving care, you get better. இப்போ வந்து உலகம் மாறிடுச்சு. யாராச்சும் சீக்கு வந்து சளி வந்துருச்சுன்னா குவாரண்டைனுக்கு அனுப்பிடுறாங்க. எனக்கு இது புரிய மாட்டுது. யானு இது வந்து நம்ம கல்ச்சரா இல்ல வேற கல்ச்சரான்னு நம்ம கேட்கணும். இது வந்து நம்ம சொல்லுங்க சார்.
இப்ப இந்த சிச்சுவேஷனுக்கு நீங்க என்னதான் சொல்ல வரீங்க? இந்த
நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, okay, first and foremost, like you told me, there's two options here. Natural immunity, you trust nature, you trust the natural intelligence within your body. Your body has a natural intelligence.
Okay.
You can't outsmart nature. You can't outsmart the universe. The body itself is a universe which we have no control over. We only have 1-2% control our thoughts, our emotions, what we say, what is happening internally. We have no idea about it. And if you talk about virus, there are thousands and millions, if not, I don't know, so many viruses out there. Why are we targeting COVID-19? ஒரு பேரு கொடுத்துட்டு COVID-19 மட்டும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், மத்தத பத்தி எல்லாமே மறந்துட்டோம். இப்ப வாழ்க்கையே COVID-19. It makes me feel like the biggest thing is sometimes science, is it good or bad? You go and do 42 cycles and you identify a virus within you, and then you tell it this is going to kill you and kill everybody, but actually the mortality rate is less than 1%. There are many other diseases where mortality rate is much higher. Diabetes, heart problem, cancer, what's the mortality rate? In 2020, if I'm not mistaken, 2 million people died of COVID, but 10 million people died of cancer. Why aren't we fussing about cancer? Why aren't we fussing about all the other disease which is taking life every day? Why are we fussing about a flu or a fever, which actually only impacts a person negatively, maybe even less than 10%, because 80% of those who get COVID, they are given quarantine and they are not given any treatment whatsoever, no support until the need for hospitalization, which all these policies need to be looked into. The approach needs to be looked into. Now, why we are even questioning the global healthcare is because who is giving us the directive? It's the World Health Organization. If they say wear mask, we wear mask. If they say no need to wear mask, don't wear mask. If they say double mask, they wear double mask. இது முடிஞ்சு triple, okay, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, triple protection better or double protection better?
Triple protection better, of course.
Why not நம்ம நீங்க 3 போடுவோம்ல? ரெண்டு, why are we stopping at 2? மூச்சு வாங்காம எத்தனை பேர் திரும்ப சாவுறாங்க வெளியில, எனக்கு பார்க்க பாவமா இருக்கு சார். மூச்சு வாங்க முன்ன வந்து oxygen was free. Every human being is entitled to freely breathe. Now you are stopping you are actually affecting your natural immunity by shallow breath. You are avoiding only when you have COVID and you are dying, then they give you oxygen. I am really questioning all these SOPs which is coming out there, and my point is, I don't trust first and foremost, when we talk about the origin, 1.5 years ago, I was terribly all censorship. Any talk about origin coming from a lab, man-made, was censored by the mainstream. But now, even in Facebook and all the other places, you are allowed to discuss on matters like this, because the evidence is indisputable. Okay, there's a lot of evidence to talk about gains and function research. This research is there to make virus more virile, more dangerous, to infect humans. It does not go from animal to animal, human to humans. Certain people, it's very contagious. So it makes you wonder who will even create this, if that is a possibility. Of course, we don't have proof. There's two narratives here. First narrative is it came from a natural source. This is the official narrative. And the only way to solve this naturally happening virus is by vaccination, but the I don't trust anybody, Lasa. Okay, I don't trust.
Okay, right. You don't trust. Okay, your opinion. I'm not against your opinion. Okay, I'm not for. I'm not against. For me is for the viewers. What alternative are you okay? What alternative do you want to share? Do you want to tell? Because
as you are talking,
as you are talking, I was checking your postings on the social media platform. It's the constant usage of the chemical-laced disposable mask doing more good or more harm to the user's immunity. Boost your natural immunity, opt for plant-based diet, increase vitamin D through the sun, deep breathing, garlic and tulsi for respiratory health, exercise, social closeness. அவன் social distancing சொல்றாங்க. இந்த மனுஷன் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா social closeness, ignore fear, mongering, seek truth, self-realize, say no to fake immunity. Okay. The main issue is not kerajaan gagal. It is the fact system perubatan dunia gagal.
நீங்க நல்லா ரிசர்ச் பண்றீங்க சார்.
இல்ல இதே வேலை ஒரு வேலை கூட நம்ம சரியா செய்யணுமா இல்ல. So because
ஆமா நல்லா செய்றீங்க நீங்க.
The reason why I invited you is this Thursday is an ad hoc thing, which is not my, but I thought this shouldn't be delayed. If you have something, because you say so many things, that means you must have something. You don't talk something without any base. I know you have a certain level of intelligence. ஒரு கூமுட்டைங்களா நான் போய் கேட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்க மாட்டேன். Sorry for the word. Okay. So உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் level of intelligence.
Thank you for the recognition. நீங்க வந்து what ISO 9000 மாதிரி. Okay, thank you for the accreditation, much appreciated.
So there must be something, ஏதோ ஒரு secret, ஏதோ ஒரு ஞானம், ஏதோ ஒன்னு something that you would like to share. So based on all this, you can't outsmart nature. Nature always prevails. So what's the solution? What are you telling our people? I know you don't agree, you don't believe, fine. But what is the solution?
Solution is to go inward.
Okay, solution is, listen now viewers, solution is to go inwards. Example.
Okay, so if you talk about Ayurveda, Ayur means life, Veda means knowledge.
Okay.
இதுதான் நம்ம பரம்பரை வைத்தியம்.
Okay.
It's murdered. Nobody talks about it. Nobody is really aware about it. Very small section even believe in it. But it was the world's oldest medical system. So according to Ayurveda basic, go back to the ABCs, what it says that man and nature, we are one. Nature is macro, we are micro. Okay. And we are all made up of the 5 natural elements physically. On a physical level, we are made up of the 5 natural elements, but everyone has a predominant element.
Natural element, Panjabhudam, those who are Panjabhudam. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, nobody from an Ayurvedic philosophy, nobody can heal you. Only you can heal yourself. Okay, because everything starts from you. Kadavul, kadavelilala. Kadavul. God is within. You are the creator of your experience. Okay. Life is Maya. This is
okay.
Wait, sir. I'm getting to the point. Ninga konja time
okay. Sorry. Okay, finish.
Okay, idu mukkiyam. Yaar idu this is the important narrative which people forget.
Okay.
The gist of this is the
foundation.
Yes. Okay. So we are all made up because we are body, mind, and spirit.
Okay.
Spirit is eternal. So the point is, the source of creation is within you. This is spiritual knowledge, spiritual science. It is
Okay.
not external. You know, life is Maya. Everything is there to take you away from the truth. So you have to be wise, follow your heart, go back to the basics. Like what you said, focus on improving your natural immunity. If your immunity is good, no disease will come and kill you. If your immunity is bad, then forever you are firefighting, trying to protect yourself. So we cannot live our life in fear. So what I'm saying is, those who want to go and get vaccinated, go ahead. Those who don't want to be vaccinated should not be mandated. Okay, because every human being has the right to make a decision, an informed decision. Okay, they should not be forced into making a decision which can affect their health and their whole life. What about all the adverse effects which is being reported out there? You know, in here we are not, we don't have the statistics. But globally, if you really go and look into the facts, and there are a lot of adverse effects from the vaccination, which cannot be discounted. So the clear choice for everyone is whether they want to take their natural approach, which is because there are many modalities of health in the world. It's not only allopathy. We have traditional Indian system, we have traditional Chinese system, we have Islamic system. You know, we have homeopathy, we have naturopathy, you know, we have all these different modalities, which is not given even a chance to talk about how to address this pandemic. Because you cannot only take a singular approach of vaccination, because vaccination, whatever said and done, there will be certain percentage of the people who will have adverse effects from it. And this disease is found to be, honestly, many people who got this disease naturally and have not been vaccinated actually said that some of them are either asymptomatic or they say it was like a flu and fever. This is actually a problem for the West. In the West, it's they have 4 seasons. During winter, the temperature gets very low and many people die of the influenza. Here in our hot climate, the chances of us dying from influenza is very low. Nevertheless, yes, there is deaths out there, but the focus should not be on the number of infections. The focus should be on hospitalization. How many of the people with COVID are actually being hospitalized? And how many of them are actually dying? These statistics are very important. How many positive is many people positive but zero symptoms? Meaning what? Meaning the disease is not as dangerous as it is being positioned. So the clear other objective alternative for people like me and even for many people out there is to improve on their diet, you know, go on a plant-based diet, you know, eat nutritious food, reduce all this processed food. This world today, honestly, the biggest problem is our food culture. We are eating chemicals. We are eating chemicals disguised as food. It's from everything from genetically modified seeds to all the artificial flavoring. All this is actually killing us. So if you are conscious of what you put into your mouth, and if you are well informed, because you have the well-informed and the uninformed. The well-informed will not take this so fearfully. They will handle the crisis in a calm and objective manner. But if you are not well-informed and if you give in to the fear-mongering of the media and whatever is being projected out there, this can actually lead you to make unwise decisions which can affect your health over a long run.
Okay, I want to stop you there for a while. I want to ask you this question because you know you talk about Ayurveda, all kind of thing. Okay, basically Ayurveda, and the city or the country of Ayurveda is India. And you know India hit 400,000, almost 500,000 at the peak. having said all this,
And do you know how they controlled it?
okay, I'm coming to this. That's what I want to know. Okay, I want to know. So they were hit at that number. So tell me, people will say, Ama, ninga solringa, you was talking about Ayurveda and all that. But look at India. What happened to India? They were the worst hit of all places in the world.
You see, first and foremost, we are all victims of global healthcare colonization.
Okay.
Okay, because there is no, even in India, Ayurveda and all is secondary. Allopathy is primary. In the whole world today, who is ever even giving any importance to traditional and complementary medicine? Nobody is be given has there been all the experts of the various modalities brought together to discuss on what is the best way to overcome this pandemic? There is nothing of this done. There is only a single narrow approach. And then all other forms of therapeutics like ivermectin and all this tulasi and in China, apparently some of the provinces, they apparently overcame COVID using 100% traditional medicine. But all this information is not brought up to the mainstream, and it's not accepted by WHO, the World Health Organization. World Health Organization has to be more open. They have to, because the world, all the governments, who are they listening to? Why I say the Krajan Gagal? Because the Krajan also is listening to World Health Organization. They are listening to CDC, Center for Disease Control. And are they giving the right and best advice? Everything is controlled, and everything is, the decision making is not collective. It's unilateral. And people are, and to be honest, more than debts, I'm very, very concerned, Lasar, about the number of business debts. How many businesses have died? That means people have no source of income now. It's not only about surviving the disease. You're asked to stay in the house for 1.5 years, and then you don't allow your business to operate. And then somebody is up there deciding which is essential, which is not essential. Who the hell is listening? Who is deciding? KFC is essential, McDonald's is essential, Nasi Lemak is essential, but then certain other things are not. It's crazy. It's really crazy, and we really have to look into the healthcare system.
Okay, wait. I want to come back to how the India figure. Come back the India figure.
Okay, so the Indian figures, my point is, India has a huge population.
Yes, of course, we all know they're 1.4 billion.
1.4 billion.
They're lesser by a billion. They are lesser by a million now.
So if you really look at of course, now they blame the latest thing is Delta variant. Yeah. Delta variant, before it was called Delta, it was called Indian variant. So
yes. Okay, right.
So of course, India, there was a wave. And they controlled it. Apparently, I don't have verified information, but with usage of ivermectin, that's why there is so much of question why they are not allowing ivermectin to be used. This is a life and death matter. People are dying. You should not restrict. There is no, up to now in this 1.5 years, no therapeutics for COVID. Vaccine, isn't it supposed to be preventive? It's not a therapeutic. So people who've been suffering with COVID is left with nothing, which there is many things which you can do with early intervention, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, and all these natural herbs, like from an Ayurvedic perspective, tulasi is a wonderful drug for your respiratory health, deep breathing, all this, the food that you take. Non-veg, each time you eat chicken, mutton, and all this sotong and all that, it rots in your body. Because if you go back to the foundation of Ayurveda, first of all, food compatibility. Our body is not compatible to eat non-veg. It's more like a cow, more like an elephant, more like an horse. It is meant to process plant-based food. But over the years, we have changed our eating habits. We nicely ayam goreng and all these things that we are eating is actually affecting our digestion and is affecting our overall immunity. So if the world, the powers that be, is really concerned about improving the health of every individual, They should look into the food culture. They should look into the chemicals which we are ingesting into our body unnecessarily. I'm not saying that chemical, for me, my issue is I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm anti-chemical. I'm green spirited. I believe in anything green, natural, coming from Mother Earth, from nature. I know it's compatible to me. Anything with chemical, ketchup, sauce, vaccine, or whatever it may be, even fruits which is with full of pesticides. I always hunger. I look for food which comes from original seeds. But now in Malaysia, probably 90% of the food that we get comes from engineered, bioengineered seeds. These are genetically modified. It's not even the real thing. So our nutrition, our natural immunity is all affected. So my point is, every person needs to be given their right to decide what is best for them. Okay, this is not some communist country where somebody must dictate what we choose to do, or which medicine, whether we must usi kutran or not. What is this?
So what's your take on ivermectin?
You see, from my what do you call this, observation and feedback from those who have used it and benefited greatly, I think it's a good thing, but it is only for early intervention, not when the disease has already what do you call this, developed. Once it has developed, that CT count and all is very low, below 15, you can't be taking ivermectin, because then you need high dosage. And then it's believed to give a lot of other side effects, increase your sugar and so on, and affect the kidneys. But at early intervention, there is a lot of positive feedback. A lot of the medical faculty, the doctors, have positive things to be about it, but there is a method of taking it. But the problem is it's being blocked, just like all other therapeutics, just like all other discussions on any medicine. There is only one particular topic which is allowed to be discussed. Unfortunately, in the world that we live today, post 2020, before we can talk about anything, now you'll be censored. I don't know whether this your program is going to be censored, sir. Censor pantaga, manichirunga.
No issue. No issue. We are not saying anything. For me, let the people know. Maybe some of them heard about this. They need some clarification. I'm not an expert. So since you have been talking about this, like I said, on social media, just wanted to pick your brains. We all have we live by our choices. We all have our own way to look at things and then make decision. Make, like I say, informed decision. The more you know, the better for you to make decisions. So how did India, from your knowledge, from 500,000 almost, came down to today, what I hear is about 20,000. How do they, I was just talking to a friend today from India. I'm, by the way, the Malaysian Bharat micro, small, medium enterprise president. So I was speaking to my colleague from India, and I was asking how's India. He says the numbers are low. North India literally is back to normal. Hardly any cases except I think Kerala and UP, if I'm not mistaken. There are some numbers, but otherwise they're all back to normal. So within that, I think it's about 3 months period, from $500,000 to $500,000, 400,000 to almost zero. What have they done right according to what you hear?
Okay, my father is still stuck in India. So he's one of my informants, Dr. Parthiban Krishna. And he, of course, always updates me on what is happening in India. And generally, of course, they are using a lot of Siddha and traditional medicine, especially for the rural areas. They are giving out herbs and medicine to people. Unlike here, there is no support for COVID until the need for hospitalization. So in that context, the numbers are coming down. And then in the modern medicine sphere, apparently they are using widely ivermectin. and there are a few other drugs which they use, but I'm not sure of the name exactly. But ivermectin is proven to really be effective. And of course, in India, they give a lot of advice. Even when you vaccinate and all that, they advise you not to don't eat non-veg for about 2 weeks. There's a lot of precautionary measures taken. While here, honestly, there's a lot of nobody is going into the depth of it. And I see that there is a bit of recklessness in a sense that they are wanting to. Everybody needs to be vaccinated. Even now, today's news is about pregnant women. I feel pregnant women, children, they are at high risk. We shouldn't play around with these kind of things. This is an experimental.
By the way, I want to pick up something from the comment box. Suguna says, I can agree with Ayurveda, sir. But now the culture, instead of asking, how are you, have you been vaccinated?
Okay, this is where your spiritual strength comes. What's the girl's name again?
Suguna.
பாருங்க சுகுணா, கடவுள் உள்ளுக்கு இருக்காரு. நீங்க பயப்படக்கூடாது. People will come and test you. Everyone, even before Jesus was crucified, when he was talking the truth, he said God is within and he got crucified. So we cannot be worried about what people do. We have to be strong to our belief, our instincts. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Nobody should stop you. But if you don't want to do it, nobody should force you to do it. Unfortunately, that's what is happening in the world today. So the question is whether you want to use your spiritual strength to not give in to what you feel is not good for you, or you want to be convenient and you want to go into shopping centers and you want to travel and you want to whatever other freedoms which has been taken away from you, to get it back, you are willing to allow someone to enter your body. That's your decision. For me, I don't believe in anything invasive. That's my nature. And it's my right, being a traditional medicine advocate and believer. I don't like to take unnecessary medicine. I like to let nature take its course. And honestly, if I have to die from the disease, it's karma. I can't worry about it. I can't spend my daily ஒரு திருடன் வீட்டு உள்ளுக்கு வந்துருவானுனால நம்ம பயந்துக்கிட்டு வாழ்க்கையை மாத்த முடியாது. திருடன் வந்தா பாப்போம் என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு, வருவானா இல்லையான்னு தெரியல. இப்ப கோவிட் கடிக்குமா கடிக்காதுன்னு தெரியல. ஆனா நம்ம தெரியாம போயிட்டு ப்ரீஎம்டிவா கண்டதெல்லாம் எனக்கு ஒரு கேள்வி, விஷம் உடம்புக்கு போட்டா என்ன நடக்கும்?
விஷம் உடம்புல போதா உடம்பு எஃபெக்ட் செத்துருவோம், அவ்வளவுதான். விஷம் எஃபெக்ட் பண்ண.
Okay, so Malayla கேக்குறேன். Kalau masukkan kuman ke dalam badan, apa terjadi?
Mampoi.
Ada kuman lah ke dalam badan. Okay, so my point is, the approach for this pandemic needs to be really looked into. Integrative approach is required. There cannot be an arrogant Western singular approach towards this pandemic, which is affecting the world. It's not only affecting certain parts of the world, it's the world is affected, every individual. So everyone should have a say in how we are going to move forward. There must be a
Okay, right. இதெல்லாம் நீங்க பேசிட்டீங்க. இப்போ I want you to share with the viewers who are watching now, who will watch later, what can they do besides whatever you said? Let's say on our daily life, எப்படி அவங்க சரியா வாழணும், so that they build the immunity system. Because I think next week, because I am taking some kashayam, for building the immunity system. I don't know the name. I will share it later. Do you have the thing here? Okay, we are not here. Which will be promoting in our YouTube shop, by the way. Next week. Okay, chinna or commercial. But anyway, this is social enterprise. This is about.
Can I come to your YouTube shop?
It's virtual.
Come or not?
Virtual.
Cannot come lah. I want to come and see. Virtual. Okay. I'll go and check it out. It sounds very interesting. Anyway, it's a noble thing that you are doing. anything green, anything natural should be advocated, and that
Anyway,
is lacking.
whatever we are doing here is homemade, and most of it are vegetarian, almost all, maybe 1 or 2 products which are non, and in fact some are even vegan, made by our women, and that's what we are
Men products not allowed, sir.
இல்ல men's product also
நான்
allowed,
ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் செஞ்சா ப்ரோமோட் பண்ணுவீங்களா இல்ல எனக்கு
இல்ல men
முடியாதா?
வந்தா ஓகே, ப்ரோமோட் பண்ணனும் கிடையாது,
நீங்க உங்களுக்கு வந்து women, நீங்க ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கீங்க. I know you are a ladies man, you are always only supporting ladies. Why not you support we men? We also are affected by the pandemic.
no issue ஆனா
We
நீங்க
also have products, green products.
உங்களோட ஃபீமேலோட பார்ட்னர் ஒண்ணு வேணும். ஒண்ணு பொண்டாட்டி, இல்ல மக, இல்ல அம்மா, இல்ல அக்கா, இல்ல தங்கச்சி, ஒரு விமனை உள்ள கொண்டாடணும். that's
உங்களுக்கு பொண்ணுங்கள் வந்து ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்.
நாங்க வந்து கன்னி ராசி, நான் வந்து கன்னி ராசி, அதனால பெண்கள் கூட தான் வேலை செய்வேன் நான். So we are okay, we are, like I said, we are promoting all these women. Those of you who are listening, if you have anyone, if you know, by the way, most of these women are now watching from the Vanita Going Global group. Those of you who got friends who wants to promote, because it is not so easy to promote your products in e-commerce platform. ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து நான் விற்கலான்ட்டு யாரும் வாங்குறது, there's a lot of effort, money is involved and stuff like that. Okay, so coming back to this, so I think there's a question, sir, so one person say it is it's too late because most of us have vaccinated. Okay, what's your advice?
Not too late. Less than 30% actually has been vaccinated.
Yeah, but most of those, what's your advice for those who are already vaccinated?
You see, I still am an advocate of building your natural immunity. Whether you're vaccinated or not, you still can get the disease. That's what has proven lately. So what you need to do is make sure your immunity is good. So how to improve your immunity?
Yeah, that's what we'd like to know.
Okay, first and foremost, my first advice is stop fearing the virus. You cannot live your life fearing an invisible enemy. That's rule number 1. என்ன சார் தூக்கம் வருதா? நான் பேசுறது ரொம்ப போரிங்கா இருக்கா உங்களுக்கு?
Early நான் வந்து காலையில 5:30 மணிக்கு எந்திரிச்சு
நீங்க ரொம்ப நான் ஸ்டாப்பா வேலை செஞ்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. நீங்க கொஞ்சம் லீவ் எடுத்து இந்த லாக்டவுன் கூட நீங்க ரொம்ப ராஜ்யனா ட்ரீட் வாட் ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு ட்ரைனிங் ஒன்னு பண்றீங்களா?
Yes.
You are a compulsive what do you call this, worker la. You have to do something, huh?
Do something, do anything. It must be positive, it must be relevant. Think la.
Very good la. This நீங்க உண்மையிலே இது வந்து I really admire your studio and the technology you use, and your consistency. Consistency is lacking. நீங்க வந்து சொல்லணும், உங்களுக்கும் தெரியும், நீங்க புத்திசாலியான மனுஷன், நீங்க வந்து வாயை திறந்து சொல்லணும் கோவிட் வந்து இப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்ண. உங்களுக்கு வந்து தெரியாம இருக்காது. ஆனா என்கிட்ட கேட்டீங்கன்னா from an Ayurvedic perspective, first of all, don't worry about the disease.
Okay.
Second of all, realize that you consist of body, mind and spirit. Body and the mind is temporary. It's not eternal. You need to connect to your higher self. When I say go inward, you need to connect to your spirit. Once you connect to your spirit, then you don't need somebody to tell you what to do. You will tell yourself what to do. Otherwise you will be out of fear. You will do things which instinctively doesn't feel right to you. So important, educate yourself with the basic knowledge. Let's go back to our Parampara Vaidyam. Maybe can start with reading a book on Ayurveda. Many of our Indians out there are guilty of not knowing what is Ayurveda. It is
Ayurveda பத்திங்க, சமயத்தை பத்தியே தெரியல.
என்ன பத்தி?
சமயம். They don't know the spiritual context in our religion. I wouldn't want to use our religion, it's our tradition.
Of course. No, because you see, the problem today is கடவுள் வந்து நான் எசென்ஷியல்ல போட்டாங்க. எப்படி சார்? எனக்கு புரியல. எப்படி மாஸ்க், temples, church, all this is non-essential, but KFC, McDonald's, all is essential. It baffles me. Who is deciding? Do you know? Ninga solunga sir. Who is making the decision?
The power, unseen powers, unseen.
Who
Man.
is which man? In the man வந்து நீங்க போய் பிடிக்கணும், பிடிச்சிட்டு இந்த ஸ்டுடியோக்கு கொண்டு வரணும், அவங்க கிட்ட கேள்வி கேட்கணும். ஏன் இந்த
அவ்வளவு பெரிய பவர் இருந்தா நான் அங்க இருக்கிறேன், நான் வேற லெவல்ல இருப்பேன். Rajeshwari Vasantham asking, home remedies is the best home remedies சொல்றாங்க.
Very yes, I totally agree. Poondu, do you know, okay, something very interesting. I read a research article where they say the natural Ayurvedic alternative to ivermectin is, you know what?
Poondu.
Yes, apparently it's higher properties than even ivermectin. So if you take it right, it is a wonderful, antiseptic. It is a wonderful medicine to fight the virus. And to be honest, even now, I have a friend, Nisha, Priya Pubalan. She's in recovering from COVID positive. And she's in the quarantine centers in some hotel in Subang. And in her office, everybody got vaccinated except her. But all 13 people got infected with COVID, and they are in the quarantine center. And she said she's okay, Anne. I'm okay, Anne. I just feel a bit lethargic, I'm more or less, I'm feeling good. I'm taking, some of the herbal remedies and all that she's taking, and she said, I'm feeling fine. And today is already her day. And she took ivermectin. She is quite an advocate of it. She took according to how it was advised. She said, in comparison to all the others who were with the disease, her CT count is very good. Her CT count is 35. The others and all are the ones usually who start getting respiratory issues and all are those with CT counts below 20. And so what this proves is vaccination doesn't give you protection against the disease necessarily. It may not. So there is
a suggestion. There's a suggestion here, garlic with lemon. What's your take on that? Garlic with lemon.
இது வந்து நம்ம ஆயுர்வேதிக் டாக்டர் கிட்ட கேட்கணும். அவருக்கு நான் I don't want to misinformation தவறா கொடுத்து how you நீங்க நாளைக்கு நீங்க கேளுங்க, நான் கரெக்டா இப்படி டோசேஜ், because there is a method of taking it. நான் வந்து ஒண்ணுமே எடுக்க மாட்டேன். அதுதான் என் பாலிசி. நான் வந்து டயட்டை பார்த்துக்கிட்டு நான் சந்தோஷமா ஜாலியா போயிட்டே இருப்பேன். and let's see.
மாஸ்க் போடுறீங்களா இல்லையா? மாஸ்க் போடுறீங்களா இல்லையா?
90% of the time no lah, but when I go to places where I'm forced to wear, I wear it. So I don't go out much. I get others to go and buy, and I don't go to, because I feel very uncomfortable with the mask, sir. I feel like it's silly.
Okay.
Because they say, do you know, from the mask science perspective, they say wearing the mask and trying to stop COVID spread is trying to stop mosquitoes from coming into the house using a fence. You can't. Okay, because meaning if there's close contact, there is going to be contact, there you will get it. So my concern is prolonged. Many people, because running our Ayurvedic clinic, in Bangsa and in Malacca, we get a lot of clients now. They are having inflammation, or they are having what do you call this? What's the word I'm looking for? They are aggravated. Their symptoms of sinusitis, asthma, because of the masking, because of the continuous masking. So this continuous not breathing fresh air given to us by God is without doubt causing certain complications to the system. Many people are stressed. First and foremost, now nobody is talking about deep breath, because when you wear mask constantly, you are training yourself to have shallow breath. And over a long run, this will affect your immunity, the amount of oxygen which goes into your body. And then if you have any pre-existing conditions, it gets aggravated. Plus, it's not a nice feeling having to mask up all the time. I'm sure you agree, right? உங்களுக்கு மாஸ்க் போட பிடிக்குமா சார்?
எனக்கு வந்து பிடிக்கும் பிடிக்காதுன்னு கிடையாது. எனக்கு வந்து நம்ம வந்து I have this program, the mindset called the power of switch.
இல்ல, ஆனா உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்குமா பிடிக்காதா? அதுதான் என் கேள்வி.
Yeah, it's not a question I like or like
No,
you like you.
You like rasam or not? You
I
like
have no
rasam or don't
issue.
like?
I have no issue wearing the mask.
Yeah, you like to wear, no? If given a
It's
chance.
not I like to wear. Of course,
You don't like to wear.
asking you to be free is always better, lah.
So you don't like to wear, lah?
It's not I don't like to wear. I have no issue wearing.
Okay, so I have an issue wearing it. I don't like to wear it.
Yeah, then
I
you are
hate
clear.
it.
You are clear. You have like my wife.
I
Like
hate
my
to
wife
wear it.
don't like to wear. My
And I
wife
think
don't like
it's
to wear.
foolish to wear it all the time. I think we must allow nature to take its course. When there's going to be a tsunami, there's going to be a tsunami. No mask is going to stop it.
Tell Chandan say I don't like to wear mask. Okay, good.
Very good. I also don't like, lah. Please tell them to stop this forcing. I like to muchi wangran. I like to breathe.
All right. We are about 6 minutes away from ending this event. Anything you like to tell them? What one key practice they can do?
Key practice is food as medicine.
Okay.
Be conscious of what they put into their mouth every day.
Shalini Subramaniam say people with beard don't like to wear.
Hey, people with no beard also don't like to wear, lah. They are forced
My
to
wife
wear.
got no beard. She don't like to wear. How? Huh?
Your wife is a smart and a brave woman. You married a brave woman who's not fearful of expressing what she really thinks. நீங்க வந்து பயந்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க. Politically correct சொல்ல பாக்குறீங்க.
அப்படி no, it's not.
நிச்சயமா பிடிக்காது சார். எப்படி யாருக்கு
you know me, I am not a political. I am not afraid to speak my mind. I mean, in my social media I express myself very clear. There's no two. But when you come to this, my honest opinion is, if you ask me, do I enjoy wearing it? No.
Yeah.
I rather be free. I feel free. But do I have a problem? No, because like you said, everybody needs to wear. This is a law. I wear. I go to my office. I have to go to my office from the car to the office, which is about 3 minutes. I have no issue. Then I go to office. I remove everything, and that's it. And I come back. There's another 3 minutes. எனக்கு வந்து outdoor வேலை கிடையாது. So நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி, unless I go and buy stuff. At the 1 hour, I mean, maybe about 45 minutes. I wear. After that,
delivery irukku. No need to go anywhere. You can just live in your house.
But sometimes போய் certain number Indian ஜாம போய் வாங்கி தான் ஆகணும், இல்லனா
அப்ப வந்து
கேக்குற மாதிரி வராது.
cloth mask பாருங்க. அந்த chemically laced disposable mask வந்து கண்டதெல்லாம் ஸ்ப்ரே பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அது வந்து நல்லது இல்ல. cloth mask வந்து பைச்சா அது ஓகே, பரவாயில்லை, பைச்சுக்கலாம்.
Okay, so come to this, சொல்லுங்க, what would be your
my closing address? I think we all need a spiritual awakening, because we are too engrossed in the Maya world that we live in, with all this obsession with உயிர் போயிரும், இது போயிரும், அது போயிரும். அது நிச்சயமா போவாம இருக்காது. ஒரு நாள் உயிர் நிச்சயமா போவோம். So we need to strengthen our spiritual health, because from a traditional medicine perspective, Ayurvedic perspective, there are 5 levels, aspects of health: physical, mental, emotional, social, and most importantly, spiritual. When all these 5 pillars are strong, disease does not manifest. When one of it is weak, disease manifests. So your emotional health is very important. சந்தோஷமா இருக்கணும். Even in the disease, COVID இருந்தா கூட கவலைப்படாதீங்க. வீட்ல சந்தோஷமா ஜாலியா இருக்கணும். உங்க mental narrative must have a positive mental narrative. மக்கள் கூட எல்லாமே இந்த அதான் why I say social closeness na, social health is important for your overall health. This is a fact. You cannot isolate yourself. We are all social beings. இவ்வளவு நாளா தான் இத்தனை கல்யாணம் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு வெளியில. எல்லாம்
We
பயந்துட்டு
we are
இருக்காங்க.
social animals. We are social animals.
Of course, we need social closeness, not
Yes.
social distancing. This is all unsustainable. இதெல்லாம் யாரோட வேலைன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. Beyond that, you need your what do you call this, food. Take your nutrition properly. There are various, if you go and start looking for other alternatives, I'm not telling I know all other ways of helping. You must go and explore. Don't only look at a single approach. Don't be brainwashed into taking a singular approach. You must be able to see all the options which you have at hand, and you make an informed decision. You make a wise decision. And then the disease, we have to learn to live with COVID. We cannot expect COVID not to be there. So how you're going to live with it? Like what you said, there must be certain changes you have to bring in your life. It's unavoidable. You have to follow certain SOP, certain changes, but overall you need your internal strength. That's my point. Internal strength இல்லாம வெளியில பயந்துகிட்டு கண்டதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்போம். And the internal strength, when the spiritual connecting to your higher self is very important. Starting the relationship inward, because outward is temporary. It's true, 2-3 dimensional. Internal is ever compassing, is eternal. You need to connect to that inner source. If you connect to the inner source, then you will get the strength, the wisdom, the courage, the know-how to how to go through life. And this life is it's you come into this world alone, you live alone, and then you die alone. It's you have to learn to find your way, and sometimes you have to make strong and firm decisions which will affect you, which will affect your freedom, which will affect your movement. But if you feel strongly about it, you should not be forced into doing something against your will. Every human being, every person has a human right. There are civil liberties which enables them to make a choice of their medical modality or the culture. There's many paths to one destination. You cannot come and say there's only one way, everybody must take this way, otherwise you'll be punished, you will be censored, you will be silenced. All this is I don't want to say the word in this. I'm tempted to say a word, but I don't want to say it. I shouldn't say it.
All right. Thank you so much. So ladies, like many of us, there's a lot of things that we do not know. That's the reason why the ladies who are watching from Vanita Going Global, tomorrow I will meet you 9 o'clock to share with you that 6 a.m. club that we are forming to get you to organize your mind, body, and spirit. I think I've been speaking about that in the Vanita Going Global group. I also always say, even in business, if your mind, body, and spirit is aligned, is tuned, success will come to you, what you deserve. Yeah. If your mind is one place, your body is somewhere else, and your spirit don't know where. நம்ம அப்படிதான் இருக்கோம். மைண்ட் வந்து எங்கேயோ என்னமோ சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம், உடம்பு வந்து பின்னாடி நடந்து வந்துகிட்டு இருக்கோம், ஸ்பிரிட் எங்கடா இருக்குன்னு தேடிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணு டியூன் பண்ணாம வாழ்க்கையில சம்பாதிக்கணும்னா, பணம் வரணும்னா, சந்தோஷம் வரணும்னா சத்தியமா கிடைக்காது. So you need to align that, and that's the reason why we are forming the 6 a.m. club. Tomorrow we will be meeting at 9 o'clock, Vanita Going Global, not online, but virtually, of course, to Zoom. With those of you who have registered, we'll send you the link maybe tomorrow, and we will see you 9 o'clock. I'm going to give you a small briefing, and I will also announce the date. Yeah. And I will also share, thank my friend Devan sir, our Devan தான் நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும், J. Devan Parthiban sir, for coming and sharing with us about the other side of handling or managing yourself under the current condition. So with that note, viewers, thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please. Thank you. So remember, do something, do anything. It must be positive and it must be relevant. Tuning your mind, body, and spirit is relevant not only emotionally, spiritually, also financially. With that note, அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. Take care. Stay safe. See you. Good night. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.